Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are at the point where we have to accept the police are not there for us. It is too much evidence out here from the past all the way up to present day that should make you understand that. They are not here for us, period. So when you call them, you may be calling in your own murder. All right, so this came out March 14th, 2019 video. Miami-Dade police violently arrest Black woman who called for help. We're not starting this shit, y'all. It's not us. A disturbing video shared on social media last night shows several Miami-Dade police officers violently arresting a Black woman who had called for help after someone pulled a gun on her and her daughter. One of several officers involved have been relieved of duty. Okay, so if the cop didn't do anything wrong, how come they let the cops go? How come they fired them? But see, this country always justifies every single detail of what a cop does to us. They'll sit there and explain to you with a smile on their face too, how the cops in this country are good cops and they're just doing their job, and the Black people shouldn't do this, and the Black people should cooperate, and the Black people should do that. Y'all full of shit. And this is why I don't listen to you. The context of the incident is unclear, but the video begins with plaintiff voice requesting the officers, please calm down. She needs to be corrected, if anything. You remember in the slave codes, it's okay for them to harm or even kill us in the guise of correcting their slave. Listen to the language that's being used by the officer. This is why I'm telling y'all, they're still carrying these slave codes out to this day. She needs to be corrected, if anything. A Miami-Dade officer responds. See, that's how they justify roughing us up and killing us. Written centuries ago. Just go back and look at the slave codes. Why do I have to be corrected when my life and my daughter's life was just threatened? The woman asked. And just from the AMC theater, you can see Black officers are useless. Please stop. Another woman filming the incident says, as two MDPD officers lunged at the first woman and grabbed her wrist. One of the officers handcuffs her. The woman does not appear to struggle in the video, but the officer nevertheless grabs her in a headlock and drags her to the ground. Okay, well, if she was not struggling or trying to resist, why go all melodramatic with the takedown of this woman? Why was she taken down in the first place? That's my question. In a statement shared on Twitter, Miami-Dade Police Department Director Juan Perez, and that's part of your problem right there, y'all, said upon becoming aware of the video posted on social media, an immediate inquiry was initiated, which resulted in involved officers being relieved of their duty and his role as field training officer. So they fired these officers. But see, these officers really should be charged They make it very easy for officers to do these assaults and killings on the Black community. And all they want to do is fire or put them on administrative leave or, very minimal as possible. An investigation into the entire incident is currently ongoing, and upon its conclusion, I will hold those that violated any of our policies and or procedures accountable for their actions or lack thereof. So you can see the tweets out here from Juan Perez. This one is March 13th, 2019. This is why last week, upon becoming aware of the video posted on social media, an immediate inquiry was initiated, which resulted in the involved officers being relieved of duty and of his role as a field training officer. All right, so it's just repeating what was said previously in the article. A follow-up call and email to MDPD seeking further comment were not immediately returned. The Twitter account that initially shared the video also did not respond to a message from the New Times. The video is alarming. Why are you doing this? The woman filming cries, although the woman being abused by officer says, "Do not touch me," again and again. She doesn't physically resist arrest. In the video, still 3 officers pinned her down to the ground, wrenched her arms beyond her back, and handcuffed her. For what? She was the one that called for help. She called for help, and this is how they showed up on the scene and treated this woman just terribly, beyond awful. I just want to call my kids. My phone is dead, the woman says. I got a gun pointed in front of me. I'm stressed out. The woman filming the video repeatedly asks for the officers' names and to speak with someone in charge. We're busy right now, one of the officers replied. No, that he is supposed to contact his manager or supervisor to come out on the scene. No officer should tell you when you request a higher up, they're busy right now. No. Mm-mm. When you request a supervisor or a manager, they are supposed to go to their car and contact them to come out. He didn't even attempt to do it. He just stood there and said, they're busy right now. How arrogant. One officer replies, at least 5 MDPD officers can be seen in the video. The officers then yanked the first woman up, shout, move, at her, and dragged her towards a police car. This is what they did to a woman that called for help. A Black woman that called for help, y'all. Boy, we get sick of this stuff. We really seriously do. We get sick of it. The only thing I can say to her is you're going to have to lawyer up and go after this police department. Even if you let those cops go, those cops represented you. They represented Miami-Dade. And these are the kind of people you had on the streets. Ladies and gentlemen, this just upsets me so much. But her name was Dima Loving. That was the woman that called for help. And these officers came out there and roughed her up instead of helping her. She was in a situation with her daughter where somebody came up to them and pointed a gun at them. So she turned around, called the police, and the police came out and act like she was the perpetrator. Meanwhile, the person that threatened her and her daughter with the gun, they're on their merry way. They didn't even try to, okay, well, let's go canvass the neighborhood and see if we can find the person that pointed the gun at you. Nothing. They just came out there and went on the full attack of this woman that was already scared and made the situation worse. This is why many people in our community do not trust the damn police. Many in the community are starting not to even call the cops for any reason. You can't sit around and continue to say we should trust a system that we clearly see have never properly handled us in the first place. This is a country, ladies and gentlemen, that implemented racist laws against one group of people, and they're still carrying out those laws to this day. This is why we get treated one way by the cop and everybody else get treated a whole different way. It's too obvious. And many of us are tired. This game has been going on for way too long. And this is why many in the Black community are calling for reparations and to be cut loose from this hateful American system that never liked us in the first place, didn't even want us to be part of your economy until you start seeing how money the good was, how good the money was coming from the Black community. Now, oh, we taking the money is good, but screw you, we're not going to treat you right. Until they show us the Asian codes and the Arab codes and the East Indian codes and the Hispanic codes, we are the only group they wrote laws against in America. And the way we are handled by the police alone entitles us to reparations. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.